Chat. This is advice on how to get pretty girls. So I'm gonna break it down like this, fam. How you get a pretty girl, fam, is you don't treat the bitch like she's overly pretty. I'm gonna give me myself for an example, fam. I had the luck, fam, to be around pretty girls. Maybe not so much, no, actually, really my whole life, let's say. But as I grew older, the level of prettiness just went higher and higher and higher. So I had a lot of interactions with pretty girls, fam. And then for me, fam, a lot of bitches, I don't know why they think I'm better looking than I am. So like bitches will treat me like I look like Michael B. Jordan as opposed to Grease. You know what I'm saying? They'll treat me like I look way better than I am. Like I think I look decent, but the way bitches treat me, like they treat me like I look way more decent. So how that ties in, fam, is this. I had a lot of bitches come up to me in real life. I had enough bitches come up to me in real life. Let me say this, saying, yo, you look really good. That like it's a compliment that I've heard enough. You know, I've been on FaceTime with bitches like kissing me through the phone. I have bitches text me, you're super handsome, blase squaze. Bitches come up to me in real life being like, oh, like, you'd be super good for my sister. Like, you look good. Like, can I give you her number type shit? Or can you get, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, set it up type shit. And for me, fam, like, what I always realize is like, when a bitch tells me I'm handsome, I've heard it so many times that I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just in ear and out the other. How that relates to pretty bitches, fam, is this. You treat a pretty bitch like she's a pretty bitch, you're gonna say, oh, you're super pretty. I like this about you. I like this about you. Automatically off the board. You're off the board, fam. Not because like they're egotistical and they're like, oh, like I've heard this so many times. But it's because they're like, yo, you don't differentiate from any of the other niggas who approach me. So why the fuck would I choose you? You understand what I'm saying? So why the fuck would I choose you if every nigga says, oh, you're pretty? Like a bitch wants to be excited. They want to feel like, this is a new thing. Like I might fall in love here. You tell a bitch she's pretty and she's been told that every day. And think about this. If I've heard this enough times as a nigga where it doesn't bother me, fam, think about a bitch who hears compliments way more than niggas, fam. You understand? They're gonna be like, okay, I don't care. So how you get a pretty bitch, fam, is you gotta be on the type of timing where you're on some like, yo, they're just regular. Now, it's obviously easier said than done, even for me, who's had the experience of getting a lot of pretty bitches. And by the way, if you don't believe this, I could pull up my Mac, fam. I gotta figure out how to like connect the screen, but I could show you like bare text, bare bunch of shit, whatever. You go up to the bitch, fam, and you treat her like she's regular. What I like to do, fam, is just imagine the bitch shitting. Automatically, that's gonna make me think, ugh, disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I'm not trying to fuck with a bitch. But fam, you're gonna be yourself if you don't think the bitch is pretty. Like think about bitches who you don't think is pretty and you're just friends with. Like you might fart in front of the bitch. You're gonna say all the jokes that you really think is funny. Like you're gonna say like, you know, I told this bitch to die, even though in front of a really pretty bitch, you're finna be like all like tight, you know? You're finna be loose in front of a bitch who's just your friend who you're just like, I'm not trying to hit, none of like, you're just gonna be loose saying all the dumbest jokes, saying all the shit that you're like, yo, a pretty bitch might judge me for, but again, I'm not trying to impress this bitch. So how you go about being around a pretty bitch is A, try to imagine them being like just not pretty. Again, you imagine them shitting, it's finna work, I'm telling you. But on top of that, fam, you gotta be yourself. Like you know when you get around a pretty bitch and you're like, you almost like start to sweat. You're like, damn, should I have said that? Blase squaze. They could sense that. They might not be able to see it, but they could sense that, fam. Just let it rip, fam. Literally, like let out a fart in front of the bitch. I'm telling you, that will work more than you going up to the bitch and saying you're pretty and shit like that. I swear, fam. Just say whatever you think is true. If you're like an Andrew Tate nigga, you're like, yo, bitches should be in the kitchen and all that shit. I promise you, that will work more than you going up to the bitch and sucking dick and being like, yo, you're pretty and shit like that. So again, I know that was like kind of long and like what's the word, convoluted, fam. But the way to get a pretty bitch, fam, is to treat them like they're not pretty. The easiest way to treat them like they're not pretty. And by the way, niggas get this confused. They think that means like, yo, be an asshole to bitches. You should never be an asshole to bitches. Never, ever, ever. That's like out the door. But again, what you should do is just treat her like she's regular, fam. And because everybody else treats her like she's, huh? And you treat her like she's regular, she's finna fuck with you. I'm telling you. I'll give a real life example. I was fucking with this bitch like 30, perk 30, man. Slumps you. I'm telling you, like 30, whatever. And like me at the time, fam, like I just had so much shit on my mind, fam, that it was on some type of timing. Like we'd link, like she'd sleep over. I wouldn't try and clap. Like I really wouldn't try and do anything. But she was giving me the signs. Like she was pushing up on me, like touching me, kissing me, all this shit. And I wouldn't try and do anything, fam. By the fourth time we linked, fam, I was just like, yo, you wanna fuck? I wasn't trying to do anything special. I'm just like, yo, you wanna fuck? She's like, yes. We fucked that day. It was smooth, whatever. It was amazing. Long story short. But what I'm trying to say, fam, is I would have had way worse luck if I was doing all this buying her shit, telling her she's pretty, blase squaze. I would have had to, like, I probably wouldn't have been able to fuck her. I probably wouldn't have fucked her till like 20 dates in. I was able to fuck her and nut in her, fam. four dates in, four link ups in, because it was on some like, it was just like, that's so much on my mind that again, I wasn't being mean to her. I was always a gentleman, but I was on some like, yo, you're not my biggest priority, fam. And bitches, like especially who are pretty, are used to being treated like you're the biggest priority ever. And again, it's not bad, but that's what every other nigga's doing. So it doesn't even matter how good looking you are as a nigga. If you do what every other nigga's doing, you're not gonna have success. It doesn't excite them, fam. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just a little bit about how to get a pretty bitch, fam. Like just be calm. You know what I'm saying? Just be chill. Like, and calm is the best word, fam. Like I be saying it all the time, but calm is the best word. Like I'm just okay, cool. Like again, I'm the type of nigga who could take a bitch out, let's say, and I don't really take bitches out to like do eat and shit. Like I probably take like 3 bitches out to eat. Every other shit has just been like some calm shit. Like we might walk around in the park, whatever. And like I could take you out to eat, spend like 200 bones between you and me, maybe get a couple drinks, blase squaze, do the Uber and shit. And I'll be like, yo, I don't care to even kiss you. Like, cause it depends what's on my mind at the time. If I have some super serious shit on my mind, it's finna be like, I don't like, I'm not even in the mind frame, fam. So then on that type timing, fam, they want to fuck even more. Like they want to kiss you even more. I've been on plenty times when I've been out with females that had some shit on my mind, fam, and I like just wasn't giving them uber attention. Like, yo, you're the prettiest bitch in the world, blase squads, and they're used to it from other niggas, and they were just like, we, you know, trying to do everything for them. And I was just like, okay, it's not the time. Later on, we got it going, but I'm telling you, fam, I'm telling you, it's golden if you do that, fam.